Hi, this is Tracy with Crafty Fun, etc. And I'm coming back as promised. I told you that I was going to show you how we make a sign to go with the witch's broom that I made. And I'm going to just kind of walk through it with you. A lot of it's already done, but I will explain how I did it. So this is my sign. You see all of this here is vinyl. And I got different colors. I got black and orange vinyl. And all the cutouts are from my Cricut machine. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have a Cricut machine, you can go online and you can order vinyl. You can probably order it pretty much, you can look for Halloween vinyl decorations, you can look for letters, and just make sure that you measure it to your wood so that everything will fit properly. Me, I have a Cricut machine, so I go and buy vinyl and I cut it myself. So you'll need, obviously, the piece of wood. You'll need vinyl, which you can get from Michael's or Joann's Fabrics, any place like that, Hobby Lobby, all that has that stuff. And what you want to do, which I made the mistake, I forgot to get the vinyl when I got the orange, and I forgot to get it in sticky adhesive backing. You kind of need that in order for it to stay on there. So I had to use polyurethane first and then go ahead and peel all these off and put them on myself. Usually it's much easier than that. Just make sure you get the sticky back on it. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, you'll need a little sponge brush. You'll need some polyurethane, okay? And the polyurethane basically, obviously I had to use it for the vinyl. That was like one of my oops mistakes, and then I had to figure a way to get it to stay on the board. But it's also so that you can coat over it when you're all finished. Put 2 or 3 coats on there, and you can use the sign outside or inside and it'll be protected, it'll be okay. So that's why I put that on there. You're gonna need for me, I'm using Cricut, so I need my Cricut mat, sticky mat, sticky, so the vinyl will go on there when I'm cutting. Here's scissors. And then this little guy that a lot of times comes with your Cricut machine. It looks like a little hook. And it helps you to pull off extra pieces of vinyl with the letterings, like in the letter O, and on the inside you kind of have to pull out the inside of the letter O. This thing is a definite need if you're going to be cutting your own vinyl. Obviously you're going to need your vinyl. I would buy vinyl if you're going to be using it like I am to stick on there, then yeah, buy it in the colors that, make sure that your colors are opposite of what your background is, because otherwise it's just going to blend in, you're not going to be able to see it. So just make sure when you're choosing colors you think about that. I also had some black paint, and I went ahead and I did my first coat on here was in black, which you can't really see very well, but I wanted to make it look a little bit more antiqued. So I did black underneath, and then I did a coat of like a cream color on top. And then you let all that dry before you go ahead and do your vinyl. And then of course what I also did is I took a piece of sandpaper, and I don't know if you can see, but the edges, I kind of rough them up a little bit. You can see on the top. It makes it look a little bit more rustic. You can see here. You just rub it off here and there, and I did some spots on the front just to make it, you know, look a little more antiqued, rustic looking. You know, you just kind of rub a little off and it gives it that look. So, and you do that with sandpaper, of course. Just kind of a fine sandpaper so you don't do too much and don't rub too hard, so that when you start getting to the dark color underneath that you don't rub it off. Okay, and then of course the other thing is ribbon, and this is the kind of ribbon that I bought. I liked the color and the design. And then I also have twine. This underneath it is wire, and I put the wire on the back, and then I wrapped the wire with twine so that the wire wouldn't really show. And again, that makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, rustic, I guess. So that's kind of the look I was going for. So anyway, so yes, I first went ahead and got my board, then I painted it all black, let that dry, then I painted it all cream, let that dry, then I sand off the edges and stuff and some of the front to give it the rustic kind of antique-y look. And then I cut out my vinyl using my Cricut machine. And then I'm gonna kind of show you real quick here how I go ahead and do some of the vinyl. So I'm gonna turn this around so I can show you my computer. Okay, I'm hoping that you're gonna be able to see it clearly enough. Whoops, my phone came out of the thing. Excuse me for a second. All right, let's see. There we go. I don't know if you can really see it really clearly, but what I need to do is go right up here, and this is my Cricut design space. This is where I do all my designs for Cricut. When you buy a Cricut machine, they give you the information to go ahead and download this, and I keep it on my desktop. So I just go ahead and click on that. Now, of course, if you were new, you would go ahead and take the quick tour that this is talking about, but I'm not going to do that because I've already done that. And then you sign in, which I am already signed in, so I don't have to worry about that. And I come over here to File, and I already kind of, I got everything pre-done. So I'm just going to go to My Projects. Don't know how well this shows up. So I'm going to go to My Projects and click on that. And I had already done, here says the broom sign, so I'm just going to show you. And this is how it shows up on your mat before you print it, which it has a nice grid on there, so you can really see how big everything's going to be, how it's going to print out or cut and everything. It's really neat. There's all kinds of stuff you can do in here, from editing to color, from editing colors to fonts that you want. And the best part is over here, which I hope you all can see that. It's called Insert Images. I click on that, and then I come over here and I type in Halloween. Sorry if my phone is moving. I'm trying to kind of hold it. I'm gonna try to put it down and see if this helps a little bit. I'm hoping it does. So you type in Halloween. Oops, not two H's. Okay. And literally it pulls up, because I signed up for a year's worth of all this stuff, all these images. So pretty much I can type in anything and it's gonna pull up all these different images. Some of them are free and some of them aren't. Most of my Halloween ones, it looks like, are free. If it wasn't, you'll see here, down here, it says 99 cents and you can buy it. They keep a card on file so that you can go ahead and do that. But anyway, I'm gonna go back. I just wanted to show you how cool that was. And I am going to now go back, and I think I'm gonna go back. I'll try to get this to go back. I'm gonna go back to File, because this was just my lettering, which I have all done already. So another thing, I'm gonna go back to My Projects. I'm gonna go in, because I labeled something else as spider and bats. So here it is. There was a spider on here, but I'm all done with it. I have the extra webbing, but I'm not sure I'm going to use that, but this was the web that is on the top, and you can click on it. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can do whatever you want. You can rotate it if you want to by clicking edit, and then it rotates so that you can design the whole thing before you even cut it out, which is kind of cool. I didn't do that this time because I knew what I was doing. So What I am gonna do is I'm gonna cut out these bats. So I'm gonna click up here on go, because it's already ready. And my 3 bats are ready to be cut out. So what I'm gonna do now is come down here in the corner and I'm gonna click go. That sends all the information to my Cricut machine. And now I am going to load my, hi, here I am again. I am going to, whoops, see if I can get this to move down so it'll show. Put my vinyl onto my mat. So let me go ahead and get that. And with the vinyl, there's a back piece of paper. You do not peel that off. The mat is sticky, so you just go ahead and you label, or you don't label it. You put it up in the very top corner. There's a grid on here, so just line it up so that it's even on the grid, and everything will cut exactly how it shows on the screen here. How the bats are lined up like this, that's how it's going to cut. And in the screen even before this one, it would show that exactly how big they are. Like it shows the grid and everything in inches, and you can see how big everything is. So then I'm going to turn around here and we're going to come over to my Cricut machine that I love so much. And the light's already blinking, you can see. And so that means I just have to load my mat. So there's a couple little bars I put my mat under, and then I click that button that was blinking and it loads up. Then we're waiting, oh, and there it is. You wait for the little Cricut guy to start blinking. The reason it's blinking is because I went ahead on the computer and I clicked go. You have to click go twice. The first time lets you look at the gridded mat, and then the second time you hit go sends it to the Cricut machine because it means you're ready to cut. So once that's blinking, it means it's ready, and I just go ahead and click cut. And that's going to go ahead and cut out my 3 bats for me. And I am going to put this on pause for a second, and I will be right back when the bats are done. Hi, I'm back, and I just got done with cutting all the bats out on the Cricut machine, and I'm going to show you now how we go ahead and pull it out so your designs are there. So basically, you use this handy dandy tool. You get up in the corner and you kind of just have to pull at it a little bit, and you just want to pull at the black vinyl on the top, leaving the paper on the bottom. And when you're pulling vinyl away, you kind of want to go at a back and forth motion. It helps to make sure that you don't pull your images off. The only thing I don't like about this is I cut too much vinyl, and you can see that's wasted. I really don't like to waste my vinyl. Usually I would have cut that smaller. So just be aware of that. If you're trying to cut vinyl, you definitely don't want to waste any of it. Okay, and there's our bats. So I'm going to come over here and get my board, my sign that I did, and I am going to use my little thing again and just kind of try to get up under the edge gently, very carefully, so you do not rip it. There, it just started pulling up. You can see it's coming off. Oops, went back down again. And then you can just pull it right off. And there is one of my little bats. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get it in the image. There's my little bat. So then, sorry, my dogs are barking. My husband just got home, so my dogs are barking. So then I'm gonna come over here to where I wanted it, and you just go ahead and you just, whoops, I got it, I overlapped it. The nice thing about this is it's forgiving, so you can pick it back up and try again. There we go. Now I got my one bat on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my other 2 bats on there, and when I'm done with that, let me see, when I'm done with that, I'm going to, oopsie, sorry, dropped the phone. All right, when I'm done with that, then I'm gonna go ahead and coat this whole thing with polyurethane, and it will be ready to hang up anywhere you want, either inside or outside. And there's the sign. Sorry about me dropping the phone, it fell off the tripod. So anyway, I hope y'all like it, and when I get done here, I'll come back and I will show you the whole setup of what I had with the broom, the witch's hat, the witch's cape, and the sign all together. So see ya in a little bit. Thanks for watching.